If you have desperately been trying for years to start an online business and you keep getting stuck on the idea, I'm going to help you with that in this video. And I'm going to do it by focusing on these 4 areas: the skills that you have from your 9-to-5 job, a life transformation that you went through, a skill or hobby that you have on the side that you're interested in, or something that you're learning in real time. In a moment, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk through some prompts that I've created that will really help you pull the skills out of you and give you some great ideas for an online business. This way, you don't have to continue to looking at all these different side hustles that you really don't know a lot about. Your best online business already lives inside of you. And it's usually the thing that we ignore the most, especially as we get older and we acquire more skills and more knowledge. There's a lot of things that we can do, and we just get stuck on the idea because we have too many of them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to pull some prompts that I've created inside of my free school community, Pick Your Online Business. I'm going to go into the classroom and I'm going to go to the Start Here course. And this is exactly what I teach in this group, is how to pick your online business and then validate it. That's the only thing that we pick. So I'm going to grab this prompt right here. Okay, it's a pretty comprehensive prompt. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to move over to ChatGPT. And I'm simply going to paste this in here. And the only thing that you need to know is your job title. So you would take this prompt, and if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can certainly do that. And then you just simply need to know what your job title is. So that is the only thing you need to do. And I'm just going to type in, I'm a finance manager. And you could get a little bit more detailed with this and say who you work for and how long and what your specific role is. But that's all you really need to do. We tell ChatGPT that we just want to identify the skills that we could transfer to an online business, nothing complicated, frame ideas that could realistically lead to my first $100 online. One of the common mistakes that I see is people are trying to build their retirement business with their first online business. And it's just like, no, make $100 first, like prove to yourself that you can do this. And then here's the key, which is to assume I build a small audience first, possibly in a school community, to validate demand. This is one of the simplest ways to get into online business and validate your idea. And I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm just going to click enter, and it's going to start working here and giving me some ideas based on my job. And that's all you need to know. Like, this is one of the simplest things that you can do. Try these prompts out and stop looking at stuff that you don't know anything about. You already have all this skill and all this ability. It's giving you some ideas. I'm not going to read this word for word. The idea is to grab the prompts, right? So you can either screenshot it or you can go into my free community, Pick Your Online Business, the one I showed you. I'll leave a link in the description, and you can get all these prompts and go through that. So let's go to another prompt, right? Because I said there are 4 different ways. So now we're back in Pick Your Online Business, and we've got prompt B, which is a personal transformation, a skill or hobby, something that you're interested in. And let's use that one, because I think a lot of people discount what they like to do. Like, there's no way I can turn that into an online business. And you absolutely can turn that into an online business. So we're going to go back into ChatGPT. We're going to put the same prompt in, start a new thread, and do the same thing. I want you to help me turn a skill or hobby into a simple online business idea. And you would just put what you're interested in there. Like, one of the things I love to do is I love to play golf. Now, I'm not the best golfer in the world, but I'm pretty okay, and I'm better than a lot of people, right? So this might be something that I could do. Golf is ideal. Look, one thing I would say about ChatGPT is that it's very complimentary, and it gives you a lot of different ideas. I want you to just think about, is this possible? Like, can you see yourself doing this versus don't discount everything that you see here. You would go through these prompts, right? Stop wasting money on the wrong golf gear. I can tell you that people, when they start something, they would essentially want to know, what do I need to do first? What is the golf gear that I need? Or if I'm an artist and I want to get into art, or I want to start playing an instrument, I'm thinking hobbies here. What are the things that I need to get? What are the things that I need to do first? You could find all that on YouTube, 100%. You could Google it. But a lot of people don't want to sift through all the different ideas, because if you go on YouTube and you say, hey, what do I need to do to make my first drawing? You could have 15 different videos, and that wastes a lot of time. People will pay for the steps. I have a lot of examples of that in my communities. So here, break 100 without overthinking. Don't focus on the names, just focus on the idea. My advice to you, because this is something that everyone gets stuck on, is they'll go through the ideas and you will immediately discount, and you'll say things like, I don't have those skills. No one's going to pay me for that. And I will just say to you, prove to me that that exists. Prove to me that that's true. Give it an opportunity. This is a much more realistic way for you to get into business than constantly scrolling on social media, doom scrolling, mindless at stuff that you don't know anything about. And by the way, all those funnels that you look at make everything sound so simple and so easy. I'm here to tell you that being in business online, it is not easy. Otherwise, you'd already be doing it. And so would everyone else. Don't make it so challenging for you. There's stuff inside of you, especially as an older group. And when I say older, I'm talking 45 plus, 50 plus. I have people in my school communities who are in their 70s. So there's a ton of knowledge and ability and advantages that you have over the younger crowd, because you've lived a long life and you know what not to do, which is so, so valuable. And that immediately gets discounted. So the mistakes, the errors that you've made, those are blueprints and playbooks for people who have not lived what you've been through. And that definitely has value. And that's a lot of the stuff that I teach in my groups, is the stuff that I've been through. Like, hey, don't do this. You can provide shortcuts for people. So what I want you to consider is, you can either use the prompts that you saw in this video. If you're not sure and you want a little bit more help, join my free school community. It's right here. I'll show it again. Pick your online business. It's 100% free. We got 290 members in here. And this is an example of how I use a school community. This is $9 per month. It's the school hobby plan, $108 per year if you think about it. That's a very, very low stakes, low risk way for you to get into business and validate an audience. When you come in here, I have a bunch of different areas inside the classroom. So what do you do after you pick? And then I tell you, do you want to go into coaching? Do you want to go into digital products? Do you want to go into courses? And then here is 2 ways that we validate the business idea. And no, we don't use AI to do it. We use real human beings. I've made several videos on this on YouTube on how to validate. I like to use real human beings, and it's a really, really simple thing to do, and it will save you a ton of time. I want you to consider what you already know how to do. The best business that fits your life. You do not have to turn your life upside down because you want to get into business. I fully understand that you have a family, you have a full-time job, you've got obligations, you've got a lot of things on your plate, and you don't necessarily want to be grinding it out for 10, 15 hours per week. This is a very, very low risk way to build something, validate something, and not feel like you're under the gun or in a rush. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.